What's up, YouTube? I'm Laura, and you're watching Atomic News. And it's time for a border update. I really wanted to do this last night, but I was super tired. Had a little bit of neurological stuff going on, so I decided I was going to take a little nap, and then I didn't wake up until really late. So we're doing this border update tonight. So if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you're subscribed. And while you're here, make sure you hit the like button, okay? Help a girl out. This is not a monetized channel. If you do want to make a donation to my channel, the link is in the description box below. But if you can't, hey, that's okay. I still want you here because this is some important shit. Hey, Josephine, how's it going? So I may have a lot of crossover again tonight. A lot of my TikTok following is now following me on YouTube and vice versa. Both are under Atomic News. So if you are following me here and not following me on TikTok, you should, and vice versa. I've already been slammed for breaking community guidelines like multiple times in TikTok. Like I'm waiting for them to shut that account down because they've already tried to do it here multiple times. So why wouldn't they try and do it over there multiple times? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But if it does happen, I'll just appear as atomic.news instead of Atomic News. Got it? You're breaking up bad. It says every other word is heard. Does anybody else in the room, can you go to chat and let me know if you're hearing me okay? You know how YouTube is. I may go live on TikTok tonight. It depends on what it lets me because I am kind of restricted. So Freeman says, blah, 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 blah. More mongering propaganda from people who just want to complain and do nothing about the problem. Are you referring to me? Sorry, but hate to tell all of you, this garbage will quit when you put away your fears and your socialist religions and tolerance and political correctness and stuff. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? Are you making a statement to the world? I think you need to be a little more specific. It says it, okay, Donna says it keeps buffering. I haven't seen any buffering yet. Freeman says, okay, so it may depend on your connection. It may depend on my connection. It could mean both. So there's a lot going on down there at the border right now. It started out with like 8,000. Dude, if I'm going to start this already. It started with about 8,000 Haitians down at the border. It increased it to 10, and then now it's up over 15,000 Haitians. Are you surprised that the government doesn't want the Haitians here? Why do you think that might be? Does anybody have an idea in the chat? Drop it in there. I want to know. Does anybody have any idea why the Haitians are not welcome here? Because you know we have that open border right now under Biden. Thank you, Patty. Boom, boom, boom. She's got it. They don't want the Haitians here because they're anti-Clinton, which essentially means anti-Democrat. And the only people they want to let over the border and let through are people that could possibly be swayed to being a Democrat and voting Democrat. The Haitians, they don't want anything to do with Democrats or the Clintons or the Clinton Foundation, and therefore they're not welcome. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. Whether people want to look at it or hear it or see it, that's really what it means. Other than the fact that we just simply can't handle them, which we're going to talk about tonight. Okay, so I have a few articles that I'm going to refer to. This particular article is from the New York Times, just in case you want to go and read it, because sometimes I skip through parts and try and just give you the bullet points. You may want to read the full article. So, I almost just choked on my own spit. Good job, Laura. Okay, so Border Patrol agents on horseback grabbing and chasing down Haitian migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border have prompted the Department of Homeland Security to launch an investigation into the matter, the agency said on Twitter. On Monday, DHS said in a tweet that it has reviewed footage emerging from the border that takes the allegations of abuse against migrants very seriously. Okay, so what are they referring to when they say that? The Democrats, clearly, they don't get out much because they believe that what they're looking at are whips and that agents were whipping the migrants. Well, hell's bells, sugar. They don't know the difference between a whip and a split rein. I'm not really into I like horses. I like horseback riding. I've done it. I know enough that I can know what I'm looking at, know what I'm doing. Am I really good at it? No, but I do know that what I'm looking at in these photos are reins. If there was a whip-like thing, that's for the horse. Like, you've seen that before, like in races and stuff, where they whip them in the tush and they're like, come on, yeah, horsey, that kind of a thing, okay? That's like old school terminology, but you know what I mean. So why is that so difficult for the Democrats to understand? I think because those photos are like action photos and you can literally see the agents chasing after the migrants with their horses like in action, and you see the migrants are like, really? That's like what it is. So apparently I'm buffering a lot. I apologize, guys. You guys know how YouTube is with me. They don't like me, and that's okay. I don't really like them either. But they're all in a hissy fit over it. Oh my God, because first it was kids in cages and now we're whipping migrants. No, that's not what's going on. The footage is extremely troubling, and the facts learned from the full investigation, which will be conducted swiftly, will define the appropriate disciplinary actions to be taken, DHS says. The Office of Professional Responsibility will lead the probe, and it will also deploy personnel to the border where thousands of Haitians have poured into the towns of Del Rio, Texas, in recent days, living in a temporary camp and hoping to seek asylum in the United States. So they're trying to seek asylum. But the truth is they just want a better life. It is exactly the same as the people coming from Central America and other countries. They're just looking for a piece of the pie, the golden ticket, to have a better life. Freeman says, oh, okay, no, good point. I'm going to approve your comment, Freeman. Hold on. I don't think I have a moderator in the house tonight because Mr. Atomic is like snoozing in his chair. And that's okay. He deserves some sleep. So I'm not going to bug him and be like, hey, can you jump on the live stream and moderate? No. Maybe Atomic Jr. will jump on. I don't know. Yes, it was all fine until the Haitians came through. So there are thousands of them, okay, under a bridge, literally living in squalor. Well, what did you think was going to happen when that many came, when a caravan of that many came? Guess what? A food shortage happened, which we're going to get into in just a little bit here. Also, they're all sick. Remember my last border update I told you? I mean, I've told you a million times. You've seen it a million times on my channel. They're all sick. Measles, mumps, rubella, COVID, all of it. They're all sick. And who do you think handles all that? You, me, the taxpayer. We pay for all that. They get it all for free. Food, medical care, all of that on the US dime. Okay? I would like to know how they got here. Okay, we all know the Brazilians, they flew here last year and the year before that when they were all coming over the border. The Brazilians, they flew here. They flew to the nearest airport to the border, and then they took a car to the border and walked across with their luggage. Do you guys remember seeing that footage on my channel? Literally carrying their footage, carrying their luggage, I'm sorry, and wearing their Sunday best. We're talking like fancy cowboy boots, fancy leather jackets. Their little girls were wearing dresses. They all looked their best to come over that border and get all their free shit. It's real. I'm not making it up. If you need the proof, you can go back and see it on my channel. I want to know how they got here because Haiti is an impoverished country. Okay, they have a lot of earthquakes. There's a lot of poverty. They don't have a lot of food there. Shelter is it's third world country. We're talking third world country here. How did they get here? Across the Gulf of Mexico to Mexico and then to Texas? I think an investigation needs to take place to find out how. Who funded that? Because somebody had to pay for them to get here, whether they flew here or they jumped on a boat and took a boat across the ocean to get to Mexico, to get to Texas. And when they got to Mexico, where did they get the money to get up to Texas? Because they didn't walk. We all know none of them truly walked the whole way. None of the migrant caravans did. So are Mexicans helping them? You know, how they were jumping on the beast train or jumping on semi-trucks, whatever it may be, in the past years. Who funded it? I know somebody in the chat said Soros. It's very possible. The man's got a lot of money to burn and a lot of money to waste to piss off the United States. So is that possible? Yes. But here's the thing. Texas, they said, hey, we need help. Did the U.S. government help? Nope. Texas said, hey, we're severely overwhelmed down here. We need reinforcements. Did the government help? Did the Biden administration send in reinforcements? Nope. So what do you think Texas did? Texas said, hold my beer, bitches. We're going to do this ourselves. So an entire organized group of troopers took their cars with flashing lights and lined up their cars along the border to make basically a metal barrier. Oh yeah, they did. Go Texas, man. Then they brought, I assume, Rangers. I don't know, Texas Rangers. I forget what they call them over there, but basically law enforcement on horseback, running these Haitians down. And you know, they're not trying to hurt them. They're trying to catch them because they're brutal, these Haitians. They're using women and children as like barricades, like they're disposable, like they're garbage. And they're putting them in harm's way so that the men can get through the line. Yeah, that's what we want in our society. Not. Let me see here. Some people have said some things, and I think I need to approve some comments. Hold on. Raymond, nope, sorry. These are illegals who came here, and Democrats are bringing them here because they vote for Democrats. Okay, I'll approve that. I disagree, though. They are illegal. Yes, absolutely, they're illegal. I agree with that part. But the Democrats are not bringing them here. I really don't think, because they're not they're not going to be turned into Democrats. They hate the Clintons. Haitians hate the Clintons. Okay. Rhonda says, see Oscar. Yeah, I know about Oscar and Anthony. All men fighters attacking Mexicans and Mexican troops, dead bodies at the U.S. border on video. I'm sure they're having a field day right now on the border, the two of them, because that's their thing. That's their groove. That's what they do. I know who both of them are. Their footage is on my channel. I did used to kind of connect with them and pass their footage along. I no longer do. But they do have some really good footage out there. They get on the front line and they show you what's really happening. So if you do want to know what's like straight, like right there. Boom, what's going on? Go check it out. I'm not going to discourage that. I do believe I saw a video on TikTok where Oscar said, do you want some, and I'm paraphrasing, but something of the sort where Biden, do you want to know who's crossing the border? And he keeps holding up ID, and they're all men. ID after ID of men that were discarded at the border before they crossed over. The reason they do that is they need their IDs to get from country to country to country to country. And then when they get to the US, oops, I can't prove who I am. Okay? It's a tactic. It's pre-planned, okay? There's a reason they do it. They also leave other things besides their clothing and belongings. They also leave airplane tickets behind, passports behind. They leave it all behind because they don't want to be identified, especially if they're there with ill intentions and they have a record. Okay, because they can say they're anybody. They can say, I'm Joe Schmo, and the US is going to be like, okay. From what I understand, they're shipping the Haitians back. Thank you. You cannot enter, and they are shipping the Haitians back, which, great. We don't need them here. We already have a problem with migrants coming over the border. We don't need to add 15,000 Haitians to it as well, because you guys know we already have all the people that were flown over from Afghanistan that they're spreading out across the country. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And guess what? They're all sick. Yeah, they got the measles. It's all over the news, okay? I'm not going to specifically source a specific news outlet because it's just everywhere. Measles, yeah. And do you want to know what they're treating all the people with that came from Afghanistan who have the Rona? The one thing they won't let us have that you have to go buy from a feed store. So we're going to use the cheap shit that works for the migrants, but tell Americans who got the money, I'm sorry, you need to pay for this jab or you need to pay for this fancy medication. That's right, because we can afford that, right? Or so they think. Well, I don't know about you, but I just went onto Amazon and bought myself some of that cheaper product. And I'm not going to say what it is because I actually said what it was on one of my TikToks and they took it down for community guidelines. So I'm not going to say, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that white pasty substance. So what's happening down there? I mean, really, what's happening? Let me go ahead and go on. An announcement of the investigation follows the publication of scenes from along the Rio Grande depicting what appears allegedly to be Border Patrol officials mounted on horseback, chasing, grabbing, and intimidating migrants, using their horses to physically block them from crossing further into the United States. You mean they're doing their job? That's literally their job. Did you want them to roll out the red carpet and give them a cupcake and say, "Welcome to America"? Yeah, that's not how it works. No, mofo. You running over that border illegally, they're going to get chased down. I mean, that's something that's been happening for decades and decades, and why is the left suddenly upset by it? I'd really like to know. It's kind of like AOC in her little white outfit about kids in cages when in reality she was looking at an empty parking lot. It's the squad who they're upset about kids in cages, but then not a peep out of them. You can hear crickets for like a year. Until now. Like I don't know about you, but I get whiplash. Like what is it today? What is it today? I've always said that the Democrats, they have a schedule. Like they must meet and put it on the calendar and say, okay, today we're going to have this as a problem. tomorrow we're going to piss and moan about this, and then Wednesday we're going to really pick at America about this or that. And then they repeat it. And they also do that with pandering. Oh my God, I'm so mad I just spit. Did you guys see that? I just spit. But they also do that with pandering to different ethnicities. Have you ever noticed that? Like Monday, it's African American people, and then Tuesday, it's indigenous people, and then Wednesday, it's going to be Asian people, and then repeat. I can almost project it and predict it. It's sick. Have you ever seen those videos on YouTube or wherever where they show all the different news outlets saying exactly the same phrase, exactly the same thing? That's what the Democrats do. I really think it's a Democrat thing. So the title of this live stream says border update, food shortage, right? So let's get into that. So let me head over to my bookmarks here because I saved this. Hold up, it's got to load. Let me flip over to my email. No, I don't want to talk about Trump suing. There we go. This is in breaking news alerts. Over 15,000 migrants cause Del Rio food shortages. Yeah. So let me flip it to the article. On Saturday, a U.S. representative revealed that because of over 15,000 migrants staying in a tent city under a bridge in Del Rio, the local food supply has started to run out. According to Representative Tony Gonzalez, which is a Republican in Texas, Del Rio stores have started to become empty as they were caught unprepared for the sudden influx of people in the area. Sorry, my eye is like itching. On social media, he also said that the situation has quickly deteriorated over the past several days as the number of migrants, which most are coming from Haiti, went from around 8,000 to 15,000. Let's see. It shows a tweet here. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can play this little tweet. It just happens to have a tweet that's like put in there, embedded in there.
All right, guys, what you're looking at right now is the U.S. side of the Rio Grande. That is a mass of several hundred
you see all those people?
illegal immigrants who've just crossed the Rio Grande. And look at this, several hundred more streaming across
Crossing
as we
the river.
speak. We're on a boat in the Rio Grande. This is the Mexican side of the river right now. You can see it's a never-ending stream. Hundreds of people crossing the Rio Grande basically every hour. And they're heading over to the International Bridge, which you can see in the background. Look at that mass of people. This is why the situation under the bridge continues to deteriorate.
So
this is insane. The federal government.
And then the article continues. It says, influx of migrants in Del Rio causes ripple effects, food shortages in the area. Gonzalez also said that agents from Border Patrol have been doing all that they can, but the need for support is obvious. He also noted that the Department of Homeland Security is expected to deploy 400 more agents to the area so that they can help with the new crisis. The representative further stated that the DHS has been working to increase and accelerate flights to for the migrants back to their country of origin. He said 8 ICE flights will take place this week, which is more than 2 to 5 flights being done before. Okay, so they're doing a little extra. Gonzalez said that the Title 43 is still being used as a basis for expelling some migrants. However, others will be released to the interior of the U.S. while they wait for immigration processing. He then described the policy as disastrous and promised to continue pushing for the adaptation of the Remain in Mexico policy. The Texas representative then revealed that the ICE and Border Patrol will transport the migrants to other processing areas so that some of the burden from Del Rio will be lifted. Additionally, he revealed the shortage of housing for the Border Patrol agents being deployed to Del Rio. He said his office is looking for every way possible to provide these agents shelter during their stay in the area. So they're getting help. Help is on the way, but they don't even have a place to put the agents. Like, this is nuts. There's no plan. This is insane. Talk about flying by the seat of your pants. Like Joe Biden, he's busy shitting his pants. You guys heard that whole little thing from Alex Jones and Infowars, right? Apparently the Secret Service is coming out really, really frustrated, and they're just going to out Joe Biden, is wandering the White House in the middle of the night, confused at who he even is, and that he regularly poops his pants and needs his booty wiped. If you think I'm kidding, it's out there, dude. It's out there. Go find it. Infowars, Alex Jones. He can't be the only one running an article with that information. That's how bad it is. So do you think that anything's really going to be planned? Oh, wait. But we have a border czar, right? Right. Do you want to know, while this was all going down and we had 15,000 people under a bridge in Del Rio trying to cross, all these Haitians and this chaos and these agents literally chasing after them on horseback, do you want to know what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were doing? Anybody? Does anybody know? Joe Biden was having a little vacay day, and he was caught on the beach riding his bike. Okay, don't get me wrong. I do think the presidents work very hard and deserve time off, but this president doesn't work. Okay, this is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump, who sat in the White House during Christmas all by himself while we had a government shutdown. Okay, that man deserved golf trips. That man deserved vacations. That man deserved time off. This man, he doesn't deserve squat. Okay? So reporters asked him some questions while he was riding his bike and he didn't answer. But what's new, right? So let's throw it over to Kamala because she's the border czar, right? Do you guys want to know where she was? Anybody know where she was? At a football game. Yeah. So a football game was more important, and a bike ride on the beach was more important than dealing with the shit show on the border. And I've coined that term, shit show Joe. It's a hashtag, you guys. Anytime you post anything about Biden, whether it be on any social media, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, hashtag shit show Joe. Okay, that's my hashtag. That's my thing. I started it. Let's keep it going. So yeah, that's where we're at. So let's find out what's going on with our little border czar, who doesn't even know what she's doing. Like, this girl, what has she done? Can anybody tell me what she has done while she's been in office other than laugh inappropriately? Can anybody tell me one thing this woman has accomplished? Thank you, cat lover. Right answer. Ding, 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 ding. 0. This bish, B-I-S-H, has accomplished nothing. But I'm not surprised. I said when she went into office, she's going to screw future women going into office. Because if you're going to put a woman in that White House, that's great. We all want it. But you better be one badass bitch. You better have balls as big as Putin, as big as Trump. Okay? Putin is big balls 1, Trump is big balls 2. The woman in office should be big balls number 3. All right? Or maybe you're greater than both of them combined. Great. Okay? But no Democrat currently in office in any position is strong enough to fill that slot. Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, the entire squad, they're all weak. They're professional victims, and they accomplish nothing. And they're screwing it for women in the future. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Cat Lover says she's been an embarrassment on the global stage. The whole administration, yes, I agree with you, but the whole administration has been an embarrassment on the global stage. Black Bard, thank you. You're in the house. Mr. Atomic is in the house. My voice must have woke him up. He says she probably blew a few Secret Service agents. Probably. Rhonda. See this Oscar blue. Then Google Hey Jackass. Chicago, look down. 87 Mexicans dead in Chicago and no news. Yeah. Chicago doesn't like to. I'm going to approve that message. Chicago doesn't like to talk about their problems. It's never ending. It's never ending there. So they like to hide things. So that doesn't surprise me. But let's talk about what our border czar is doing. Can I just tell you? Like, let me just toot my own horn for a sec. Let me just rah. Atomic News would be a better fucking border czar than this hoe. Just saying. At least I'd get shit done, right? There wouldn't be kids in cages. There wouldn't be anybody hoarding at that border. Oh no. Oh no. No. So maybe I need to apply for the job. Maybe I need to create a resume and apply for the job of border czar, because I've already been deemed the border queen from my fellow political influencers here on YouTube and other platforms. Hi, Donald Trump. How are you? Ron DeSantis. How you doing? Abbott. I'll get it done. Because this girl, I've got some cojones, some huevos. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to get to this article. I know I keep bitching. It says VP Harris under fire for lack of attention to the border crisis. This is from Newsmax. This is an article that was posted on September 20th. Vice President Kamala Harris is coming under fire for what critics perceive as a lack of interest in a crush of migrants at the southern border, despite her responsibility as the nation's border czar. Dude, that just hit the nail on the head right there. That is the most brilliant opening statement ever. Right on. Janetta says, you should. We will support you 100%. Thank you. Rhonda Clark says, don't we wish she was our president? Now, I don't know if I can handle being president, but being a border czar, dude, I could get that shit done. Even disabled with partial seizures, I could accomplish more than Kamala Harris. She should be embarrassed. She should be ashamed. So, criticism on social media revved up even as Whoopi Goldberg, a host on ABC's The View, announced Monday that Harris would come on the show Friday. Oh, I'll have to go see that. I'm sure that's a shit show. On Saturday, Bruno Lozano, the Democratic mayor of Del Rio, Texas, where some 10,000 to 15,000 migrants had been sheltering under a bridge linking Mexico to Texas, ripped Harris for attending a football game. Okay, there we go. Confirms football game featuring her alma mater, Howard University. The PV, the VP is able to visit the fun events across the country while American communities continue to grapple with failed immigration reform. Where is the visit to Del Rio, Texas? He tweeted. The Republican National Committee on Monday also blasted Harris. Tommy, I don't know how to say your last name. Is it Pigot? Pigot? Pigott. You guys know I suck at pronouncing names. It's like my worst personal feature. I can't pronounce shit. The RNC Rapid Response Director focused on Harris's trip to Washington's Audi Field to flip the coin that started Saturday's game between Howard and Hampton University. So flipping a coin at a football game was more important to the border czar than taking care of the shit on the border. Yeah. If I was like that at work, I would get fired. Just saying. Oh my gosh, what's up? Snafu Snaps is in the house. I love you, honey. I know you've called me and life, you know. But I see you. I love you, and I know you're there, and I have not forgotten about you. So much love. If you're not subscribed to Snafu Snaps, you guys click and subscribe. He's on his third channel, it looks like, because it says Snafu Snaps 3. Yeah, censorship still a thing. To put the border crisis into perspective, let's compare the numbers Customs and Border Protection has reported to the capacity of Audi Field, he said in a memo. Audi Field holds 20,000 people. You could fill 60 Audi Fields with the over 1,200,000 border encounters reported since February. That's some serious shit right there. Almost the entire stadium with over 18,000 unaccompanied children picked up by Border Patrol in August alone. 10 Audi Fields with over 208,000 border encounters just last month. 3 Audi Fields with the over 60,000 illegal immigrants encountered in August, not from Mexico or the Northern Triangle. If Harris doesn't care about the border, why is she still the border czar? That's what he's asking in this article. And I'm asking the same thing. And I'm sure you guys are asking that too. Her priorities are stunningly misplaced. Biden found time to go on vacation. That's his bike ride on the beach. She found time to go to a football game so she could flip a coin. They both have time to actually do their jobs, visit the border, and finally get local official and resources they need. Yet they haven't. I mean, they haven't even gone down there to observe and look and see the problem. I mean, let's fly down there and just, oh shit, that's a lot of fucking people. Maybe we should do something? Am I crazy? Am I crazy, or is this common sense? It's Rhonda says because she hates Mexicans and Latinos and Americans. Possible. It's possible. Oh, whoa. Everything's like flying really fast. What is our border? Why does our border patrol keep bowing to this anyway? They're in a situation. They really don't have a lot of support. They're doing the very best they can. And I know for a fact that there are some border patrol agents that do watch my channel. Or at least they used to. They may not now because I'm not posting all that footage of them coming across the border, because here in Arizona, we're fairly under control. I mean, it's not to say that people aren't crossing illegally here into Arizona. It's just less than it used to be because of Donald Trump and his border wall. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is it's a really big shit show, Joe. Take a drive down there. Fly Air Force One. Fly Marine. What is it, Marine 2? I always forget. Go for a little drive. Okay, get yourself some binoculars. You can do it from afar if you don't want to get close and get yourself in danger. Go look at the fucking border and do something about it. Because I'm not paying for this shit. You're not paying for this shit. We're not paying for this shit. All right? We already have to deal with the Rona. And do you know what they said about all the migrants and why they're not pushing the mandate on them? Because they're not staying here long. Okay, so that's okay for them, right? Well, I'm not staying at this restaurant very long, and I'm not going to be at that concert venue very long, so why does it apply to me? Just saying. Kettler says, Biden can barely walk. Must be a body double on the beach riding a bike. I saw the funniest freaking TikTok that said, tell me which country you're from without telling me which country you're from. And this girl literally goes up the stairs and she's falling like every 5 seconds down as she goes up the stairs. And I just about pissed my pants laughing. It was brilliant. I mean, that is brilliance at its finest. Let's see. I'm just trying to read some of your comments here. So going back to Border Patrol, they work very, very hard. And these men and women, wow. They really are one of my heroes, some of my heroes in life. That's a hard job. It's not like being a cop, okay? It's very hard. Some of these areas on the border are so remote. You are out there in a truck by yourself or with a partner for hours at a time, and it's hot, it's unforgiving. Like sometimes you seriously just want to wrap it around your neck and like really. I mean, people aren't nice to them. Our own government isn't nice to them. I'm surprised Border Patrol hasn't said and walked off the job. That's some damn dedicated people right there. They love our country. They must love our country enough that they put up with all this bullshit. And I really wish that I could be like, here's some sandwiches and some cookies I baked for you, and like bring it down to them because they deserve it. They really do. Gift cards given to go shopping or money again. Oh, for the migrants? Yeah, you know how that works. Free food, free clothes, free shelter, free healthcare, free, except for us. But we're going to raise taxes, right? Right. 3 of them were in our CVS, spent $1,000 of our money. Yeah, you're right. And there are still people here in the United States right now that can't even pay their own rent, put food on the table, things like that. There's still people that don't have a job. Okay, the whole employment thing, how is it we have such a shortage of workforce? I really want to know. Because we even have it in my own job. We're even struggling to hire staff. Like, how is this? How is this a thing? They've stopped that extra money for unemployment. So how is this a thing in the United States? There aren't any jobs really being created, not that many. Not what Biden wants you to think is happening. Okay, that's all fake news. Everybody knows that. Sometimes I think about everything that's going on and I think, being what do they call it? Where you just travel, or not necessarily, you're homeless essentially, but you're a nomad, that's the word. Sometimes I really think that being a nomad is very appealing. Because then you don't have to deal with all this bullshit. It would be super nice to just disappear for a while off the grid. Sometimes, and I don't know if I'm alone in this feeling. I could be. Sometimes I'm waiting. I wish the shit would hit the fan so that we could get it over with. Because I don't even know what this clusterfuck is right now. I don't even know. Like, what is the signal? When is the start? Because I'm to a point where I'm like, It's go time. Cat Lover says, I can't afford my lung meds. I'm so sorry that that's happening to you, Cat Lover. I know you have been a follower for a very long time, and you're a good person, and you don't deserve that. You really don't. Nightmare. Yes, it is a nightmare. Um, yeah, Haitians could attack planes. It's possible. Let me see if there's any other things that I missed as far as commenting here, because oh, someone said my name, but they spelled it Laura. It's just so you guys know, my name is Laura, but it's Lawra. People like to ask me, were my parents lawyers? No. It's supposed to be Laura. My mom and my dad and my brother say Laura, like it was Lara, Laura. But I answer to everything. And like when somebody says, like when I order a drink at Starbucks or whatever, and they want to know my name for the order, and I say Laura, and they say, how's it spelled? I said, any way you want, sugar, because I'm going to answer to it. If you ask me my name, I'll tell you it's Laura. I don't know why. I'm not being rebellious and to my parents, to do something different. Yeah, so that's that. But anyway, Atomic News should be the new borders are. I'm just saying. I'd do a much better job. I'm not even qualified except for my knowledge about the shit that goes on the border, but I would still do 100 times better than Kamala Harris. So maybe I should create my resume. And when we have power back in the White House, whether it be Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis or Ted Cruz or whoever, maybe I need to send my resume in. Because clearly, I can get shit done. Thank you for the applause. Yes. Atomic News, Laura, the new borders are. So that is all that I wanted to share with you guys. We're at 47 minutes right now. Don't forget, you guys, if you are new here, subscribe. And if you are on TikTok, hello, go find me. Just put in Atomic News, you're going to find me, okay? If I get booted from that platform, which is probably going to happen, the next name I'll use is atomic.news, okay? So keep that in mind. But make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button already, okay? Yeah, and share this video because it needs to get out. It really does, okay? Border Patrol is not whipping anybody. Yeah, they're chasing them down. Hello, what else would you do? And send them an invitation and invite them to stay where they are? Come on, use some common sense. So there's no end in sight, just so you know. There's no end in sight, and there is no plan. There is no true plan. This is going to turn out just like Afghanistan did. Keep that in mind. So I'll try and update you guys soon. I do the news every single day on TikTok. TikTok? I can't talk. I've been talking too long. It's been 48 minutes. I do the news on TikTok every single day. It's the news in 60 seconds or less. So if you want 3 tidbits of what's going on, I just, like that guy with, that drops the salt. I just drop those breadcrumbs for you. I don't give you any sources because it's TikTok. You do the hunting, okay? I'm going to tell you what's up and what it's about. You be the keyboard warrior that you are, but I'll tell you what's going on. I'll give you the juicy details. I'll tell you what's up. So if you want that little tidbit, something quick and to the point, go catch me there. Sometimes I cross upload and put it here, sometimes, but not always, okay? So just so you know, you can always get the news there. And then here, maybe once, twice a week, okay? This is where I do the longer stuff. I'm going to start doing more on my phone, as far as lives there too as well. But really, it's full of trolls. It's full of stupid people that just like, you look old. No shit, bitch, I am old. So I kind of have to go up against that kind of thing. And they try to insult me, and I'm like, honey, Do you think I was going to go in the corner and cry? Like, that's what TikTok is. So I don't, it doesn't really get me going and pumped up like this does. So I hope you guys enjoyed this information. I know you wanted it. I'm sorry it's a little bit late. I wasn't feeling good, but I'm here and this is it. And you got it now. So until the next live stream, peace out, guys.